to another issue. COVID-19. Did you see one editorial in this country in a major corporate-owned newspaper? They own everything. Challenging the government of India's figures on the number of deaths under COVID-19. Did you? Anyone can tell me what? Did any newspaper say, hey, that's wrong? Do you know how many sources there were worldwide giving different estimates? And I'm not saying all of them were accurate. I believe data never gives you accuracy. Data gives you a trend. It gives you a trend, like in elections, in anything else. And it can be a false trend, it can be a real trend. But when 9 global agencies, including 4 which I will name, Lancet, Johns Hopkins, World Development Council, WHO, all of them are saying the death toll in India in COVID-19 is more than 4 million. Lancet said 4.2 million people have died. Lancet is the famous medical journal. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I'm telling you that's the number they give. WHO, to my mind more reliable than Lancet, said 4.7 million people have died. Johns Hopkins University ran 3 lists, as far as I remember, based on different methodologies to show you what it would come. All the 3 figures were above 4 million deaths. World Development Council, DC, Washington, DC, said India has lost 4.9 million citizens in their estimate to COVID. And all these are excess deaths, over and above the normal average number of deaths that a society has annually. In that COVID-19, in the COVID-19 period, these were the estimates coming out. The newspapers would report them. They'd put them there without any comment, without highlighting them, without sometimes not front paging or foregrounding them. And then the government of India gave its estimate. 4,86,000. And the discussion ended. Once the Vishwaguru has spoken, who dares question? Who dares question when the Vishwaguru inaugurates the Ambani Health Foundation and makes the speech that Indians had the power of plastic surgery 30,000 years ago? Otherwise, how do you explain the elephant head of Lord Ganesha? That you knew stem cell and you knew IVF and everything. Otherwise, how do you explain the birth of Lord Karna? Not one scientist sitting there said a word. Nor did any newspaper say that this is not a prime minister. This is someone suffering from serious delusions. So, in any case, first of all, let me place that in a context. I've noticed that this is the first prime minister who always speaks of himself in the third person. Narendra Modi said, to my mind, there are only three types of people who speak of themselves in third person. One is children, little children. Arjun won't go to school today, right? The other is stand-up comics. But we know that Mr. Modi is anything but a comedian. Even I won't accuse him of that. The third is those who suffer from delusions of grandeur. Those are the people who speak of themselves in the third person invariably. And the media of this country has helped build, generate, sustain the world's largest and costliest personality cult. And by the way, the BJP is going to face the price of that. If that cult falls apart, it's very difficult to build a second one around someone else. Right? You can't do that. Now the entire The same media have not made any protest about the fact that this is the only elected leader in a democracy who has not held a press conference in 10 years. In 10 years he has not, even though he's got the entire media on their knees at his heels, even then they don't want to hold a press conference.